Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Scott here from Squatch America.
And Hannah, domestic artist, chief cook, and doggy mama with a really, really bad reflection on her glasses here in the paddy wagon tonight. What is wrong with our lighting?
I don't know. I didn't do the backlighting.
Maybe that's the problem. Welcome to our chaos.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So, this is, oh wow, okay. That's
Okay.
something. Well, anyway, here we are in the paddy wagon tonight, feeling pretty damn lucky that we are.
Yes, we've made it to Sweetwater, Texas after a 1 week delay because the Squatchmobile decided to go.
That was not the worst of it, though.
Yeah, here's the bad part.
The worst of it was, remember last week when we said we almost didn't have coffee? Well, on Thursday morning, it was final. Our 4-month-old Mr. Coffee Maker was done. And so it was only a few hours later that we realized that the truck was also done. And Garrett, good to see you. He knows how significant it is when we don't have coffee. So in all this week of our truck needing major repairs, we've been doing it with actually better coffee because we've had to French press it and put it in this bad boy here.
Okay.
So anyway.
All right. So
Garrett's right. No coffee does equal the final straw.
it does. So I want to say hi to Scott, Michelle,
Renee, Raptor, Jim, Danny, Angel, Garrett, Donna, Denise, and Dale. Dawn and
Raptor.
I said Raptor.
Oh, you said Raptor.
Yes.
All righty. And Galen.
And Galen, hey.
So, welcome. We are back on the road finally after a week of just crazy
and
stressfulness.
Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hell.
Yeah, our truck broke down. Well, it's been having weird problems for a while now, and I changed literally every part on it, and I rebuilt. I didn't. But I was doing all the work myself, which is fine. I put new gaskets and stuff in the high pressure oil pump.
We replaced all the glow pluggy thingies.
Yeah, did everything on it, and then Wednesday last week, was it Wednesday night?
It was Thursday last week.
Thursday last week, we got up, slid the trailer together, got the slides in, packed up everything, hooked it to the truck, and nothing, it wouldn't start. So it was the high pressure oil pump went out. We had to get it towed to a shop, but luckily we were in the Elks Lodge in Lubbock, Texas, and we went in to talk with some of the Elks members there.
Don Endicott, our fellow Elkie brother.
Yeah. And the Elks, of course,
really had our back
there. One of them was actually a mechanic, and he said he didn't do diesel but he said, this is a shop you take it to. These are the people we trust. This is the tow company you call. That's the guy I trust. So we were able to get it all done. So
okay, yeah. Donna would like to know where you're broken down in an area, and could we go squatching? No.
Not. We were in the middle of a big city, and the truck was broke down, so we had zero transportation.
We did ride Uber for the first time in our lives to get to and from the shop, and I paid for Walmart delivery.
Yeah.
So there was no squatching to be had.
All right. So to my Elks brother Don.
Oh yeah, show these off.
I don't know where they're at.
We've been collecting pins like crazy. Lodge pins of all shapes and sizes. And even, did you know the lodge in Provo, Utah gave him a Lodge challenge coin?
Yeah.
So we've been collecting lodge pins and challenge coins.
So if you're not elk, you won't understand, but I've got lodge pins from all over the United States. I'm dropping them. So they're going to come back. I'm going to send them to Dawn.
Well, we'll be back. We'll be back in Baker sometime in the spring, and we'll put them on the map. So
there you go.
So yeah, elks lodges are usually in cities.
Yeah.
So
there's that. So tonight we're coming to you live from Sweetwater, Texas. We're at the WASP Museum. If you don't know what a WASP is, it's the Women's Air Service Pilots.
Yes.
World War II.
Yeah. Can I say what I said about them?
Yeah.
Without getting us hurt. They were some tough ass bitches. Let me tell you what. So these ladies, I was like crying in the museum. You know, these women. Hey Gordon, it's good to see you tonight. These women were recruited into the Army because all of the guys were flying combat missions. They didn't have enough guys to test the planes, to shuttle the planes from like the factories to the bases, and so they put out a call for women pilots. And anyone, I'm sorry, I gotta say it, anyone who says that women didn't have all the opportunities men did, baloney, because they had 20. This is back in like 1942. 25,000 women pilots applied to be part of the WASP program. Only 1,800 were accepted. And when they were going down the lists of everything that a woman had to be accepted into this program, I thought, man, we are a bunch of pansies today.
Yeah. When
I saw those women, they were doing the PT and what they had to know about math and physics and all this. It's like this whole, I'm sorry, we've been sold a bill of goods, our generation.
Yeah.
There is no way. I mean, I thought, man, the minute they said math and physics, I said that wipes me out completely because I got none of that. But I was like crying in the museum when I saw what these women did for our country's liberty. I'm just like, these are Squatch American women for sure.
There you go. Yeah.
So check out the WASP Museum. You can look it up on the internet.
Cool. All right. So we're going to be talking tonight about squatching in Texas, believe it or not, since we're in Texas. And one of the things I did not know is that you have to get one of these, the Texas Bigfoot hunting permit. So we got one. Just kidding. It's a joke. But I actually had an Oregon one. I need to find the Texas. But anyway, yeah, Donna says
right, it is true. It is true. And I think Donna probably would agree. We are pansies anymore. We got no idea what our grandmas did. Strong women. So
shall I do a
do you want me to do it?
Okay.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
We got a Bigfoot report.
We got a Bigfoot report back in Oregon. So I think Scott, who else is in that area? Rick. Not sure where everybody is.
Oh, this happened in Oak Ridge.
Yeah, but raise your hand if you know where Oak Ridge, Oregon is. It's just outside of Eugene, if I remember correctly, on the back of my brain somewhere. And Scott said he got one from Oregon too. Oh, the hunting permit.
Yes.
Yeah. So read this report real quick.
All right, this is a report out of Oak Ridge, Oregon. All right, it wasn't my encounter, but my brother's. My brother was fishing in a small creek, and he heard some noise, so was afraid someone might be breaking into his truck. He gathered his pole and equipment and started back to his truck. As he arrived at his truck, he thought he heard a baby crying, so he kept walking up the skidded road. What's a skidded road? Is that like a bumpy road?
Skidder road.
Oh, skidder road. I still don't know.
It's for logging.
Okay, got you. It's a logging road. There were some logs across the road. He heard some splashing in the creek, and that's when he literally peed his pants from excitement and fear. because crossing only 25 to 40 yards in front of him was a huge Bigfoot and a smaller one. They were reddish brown with some black. The big one had some gray. They crossed the road in about 3 or 4 strides. He called me and told me of his experience. My brother is an avid hiker and outdoorsman, over 6 foot and 250 pounds. He told me that the forearm on the big one was as big as his thigh, and he had every reason to think that it could have ripped him in half if it had wanted to, but it didn't. He said it seemed to be shielding the smaller one.
Awesome. So if you are in that area, you can message us or email me at squatchamerica.com.
We'll hook you up.
And we can hook you up with this person if you want to go do some interviewing and talk with them and maybe go check that out.
Yep.
For us. So
just let us know.
Let us know.
How big are Bigfoot tenderloins?
I don't know.
That
They're probably bigger than elk.
We need to
about the size of a moose tenderloin.
I don't know. If I could ever get to where I can actually do how to cook a Bigfoot, that would be great.
Yeah. We actually have a book written by who is it? Ray Cook?
Ray Cook.
Ray Cook. If you don't know who Ray Cook was, famous Bigfooter back in the day, he actually wrote a book, How to Cook and Serve. No, was it?
How to cook a Bigfoot.
How to cook a Bigfoot. Yeah.
He gives recipes for all occasions.
Yep. So anyway, and he had a secret meeting spot in a basement somewhere in Portland, Oregon, and he had this podium with a painted Bigfoot face on it. And they used to have these Bigfoot meetings there in the basement. And my good friend Todd Neese actually has that podium.
I thought that was Peter Byrne.
No, that wasn't Peter Burns. That was Ray Cook's podium. True story. So.
Speaking of which, if you've been following Todd Neese's hip, welcome, Todd Neese, to old age.
Yeah.
All that pain and chaos and misery was caused by good old bursitis. So welcome to it, buddy. We are there with you. Okay. Oh, Donna asks if we could list the top Bigfoot books you recommend. It's going to be a long winter.
Okay. That's a good idea. Stay tuned next Wednesday when we list
the top 10 Bigfoot books.
I would be happy to do that.
Great topic.
Yeah.
Have we had any Joe Pass sightings? Not yet. We're not there yet.
We're not quite to Joe Pass's area yet. So we're going to be 14 days. So
because of our truck, we've kind of changed our itinerary a bit.
Yeah, we had to rearrange a few things because of
the lost week.
Yeah, campground bookings and things like that had to be changed, and things aren't available. You know, it's weird. But anyway, so to give you a heads up, if you're near Lake Whitney, Texas, we're going to be there.
Which is Waco-ish, right?
Yeah, it's near Waco. No, Waco? Yeah, Waco, where the Branch Davidians got blown up. Yeah, Waco, Texas.
The first intrusion on American freedom.
Yeah, in Whitney. So it's Lake Whitney. You can look it up on the map. We're going to be there for 14 days starting tomorrow. We'll be traveling there. So we're going to be there for 14 days, and then we're moving to Lake Tawakoni.
And that's the one that's closer to Joe.
Yeah, that's the one that's close to Joe. It's near a town called Emory, Texas, one of our favorite places on the planet, by the way. If we had to wait out the apocalypse, I think I would love to do it in Emory, Texas.
And Garrett, in Emory, Texas, is a place called Rika's Rise and Shine with the best coffee on the planet.
Yeah.
That is why we would wait out the apocalypse there, because we'd have good coffee.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. Rika's Rise and Shine it's like the cowboy western coffee shop that you go in, and guys are sitting there with their cowboy boots and their cowboys hats on and bitching about the government, but they're drinking lattes. So it's a little different.
Garrett says, so what I'm hearing is I should buy my plane ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. So to give you an idea, in fact, we're going to show you where we're going to be at actually here shortly. Oof.
All right.
So these are, this map kind of represents Bigfoot sightings in Texas. There's a couple really hot spots, and if you notice where they're all on, this side of Texas over here, mainly because this is a place called the Big Thicket. This is where the forest is.
Look, Bigfoot doesn't like Lubbock either.
Yeah, there's nothing in Lubbock right there. Yeah. So, oh, thank you, Renee. We got to do our thing. Oh,
He's got to find the
I
thing.
got to find the thing. All right. So, if you hear rumbling in the background right now, is we're right next to the railroad tracks and a train's going by because we can't pick where we live all the time. So,
and we're also plugged into our generator, so we got lots of noise.
So we got generator running in the background. We're parked in a parking lot at an airfield. Kind of interesting. We're the only ones here too, but
not complaining.
Not complaining. But anyway, so this is the Big Thicket area of Texas, and right here is somewhere around here is Falk, Arkansas, the famous Boggy Creek monster. There's the Sabine River, which runs through here. So you got the famous Sabine thing. Let's see, what else is there? Nacogdoches. I don't know if they're known for Bigfoot, but what's that other one? Caddo Lake's up here. So you got the Caddo critter. So this is all the Bigfoot area between Arkansas and Texas. So if you look at this is the BFRO map where they get reports. So this is the area that we're going to be in tomorrow. And what's really odd is I tried really hard. I did a lot of map searching. I have this app called OnX Off-Road that shows you off-road roads that we can get into the mountains on. And it's so hard. This area here where there's a few Bigfoot sightings according to BFRO, but there's no freaking public lands there at all. Everything here is like all private land. So other than where we're going to be camping is the only like public lands there is. So
we'll do the best we can.
We'll do the best we can. We'll be doing some squatching there, but probably not going to be very successful. Then we're moving over here.
There's a way to completely just curse yourself before you go out.
Okay,
so
we're going to be successful anyway.
Yes.
So.
All right. So.
Yeah, in the Big Thicket, lots of trees. They don't call it the Big Thicket for nothing.
You would not believe this, folks, but he's only got one slide left.
I know. We're just showing where you're going to be at. We're going to be over here. This is the Lake Tawakoni area. There is public lands around there, lots of them.
Yeah.
There's the Sam Houston National Forest.
I need to get some more red bay leaf.
Yeah. Last time we were there doing squatching, there's
wild bay leaf.
Bay trees.
Guess what goes in all of my soup, stews, and chili?
Yeah, bay leaves.
So anyway,
yeah. So there's not there is not lots of public land in Texas until you get over in the Big Thicket area. So we're going to be there. We're going to hopefully link up with Joe and go out with him. I got to get some messages to him, let him know. And Michelle says it's
shrimp and gumbo country, not quite up there, but well, yeah. See, we were originally going to go down to the Houston area, but things changed. Now the Houston area.
But one of our favorite things is there's a lake down here called Lake Conroe. It's above Houston. It's right about in this area.
And in there's a town called Willis, and Willis is the home of Bubba T's Cajun Kitchen, and oh my heavens.
Yes. Bubba T's Cajun Kitchen, one of our favorite places to go.
So, however, in Emory, when you ask for napkins, they throw a roll of paper towels on the table. So that's almost as good. Those are our people.
Yeah, those are our people. Yeah. So we're going to be there. And then then we're going to be moving up here into this area. After we're going to spend 21 days here. So back up. We're going to spend 21 days in this area. So we're going to spend a lot of time in the Sam Houston Forest. We've got reports that we can go check out those areas where the reports come from there.
And we possibly could be popping up to.
Oh yeah, we are going to take a weekend and go squatching for 3 or 4 days in Falk. We're going to go look for the Falk monster. We're going to be on the what's it called? The Sulphur River bottoms. That's where we're going to be camping.
Of course, we have heard from good sources that the Falk River monster moved out a long time ago because there are so many people there now.
Yeah, but we're going to go check it out anyway at the Sulphur River bottoms. So if you want to come see us in Falk, message us.
Juno's, hi, nice to see you, Juno, again this week.
So
did you know there used to be really crappy internet called Juno back in the day?
Back in
I
the
remember
day,
that.
So then we're going to be moving up here near the place called Lake Texarkana, which is close to the city of Texarkana. But there's a lot of Bigfoot reports up in that area too, on the border of Oklahoma. So we may be jumping across the border and doing some squatching in Oklahoma too.
Oklahoma's a really hot place to move anymore. Everyone's so happy with what their government is doing in
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Maybe we could look there for a new home.
Yeah. So we're going to be looking right there.
Honestly, last week we thought we were going to have to make our
Yeah.
new home in Lubbock.
Yeah. When the truck broke down, I'm like, okay,
Rent is really good there.
we
just
live
saying.
in Lubbock now.
Yeah,
So-
so please forgive him for that. Although that short, that we live in Lubbock now short, awesome views. Let's see if we can get some views up for this. So, by the way, since there are 30 of y'all watching, go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe and share this, and help us grow the channel.
Because remember,
You are watching Squatch America.
was that cheesy or what?
I loved that. It was beautiful. So, anyway, so now that you've shared where we're going,
Okay.
so he got the Falk out. Yes, the Falk monster got the Falk out.
Yeah.
Yes. I love you, man.
Yeah. So we have actually,
We've been there.
we've been there. We hung out with some of our Squatch friends there before. Who was it? Shelley
Covington,
Covington,
Montana,
Montana.
and Michael Wild.
Michael
Waldy.
Waldy.
Michael Waldy
and
and
Keith.
Crabtree.
Crabtree.
The best purveyor of homemade beef jerky ever.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're familiar with the Travis Crabtree, that Crabtree family from Falk, Arkansas, we got to hang out with Keith, and he makes some homemade jerky that's to die for.
Yeah.
So
Renee asked if we could ask some of the private landowners to look around. If we can find them.
we could try. Yeah. We actually.
It's really just at the Whitney area that there's not public land.
Right.
And then once we go further east, then there's lots of it.
Then there's lots of it. Yeah. So, and hopefully this time they won't do a controlled burn where I want to go squatching.
Because that was last time. Okay.
Okay.
So now that we have 37 minutes left.
All right. This is where, well, let's do our quick commercial, and then I've got talk about where we're going to be next year, and we want to get your questions, and we want to find out when you guys can go squatching with us. So there's that. I just got to find the right button. Which one is it? This one.
As we travel and search for Bigfoot, we use a lot of equipment that uses the internet to operate. Also, in our town hall meetings and live streams, we need a reliable connection. We use Nomad Internet. There's a link and discount code below, so join us and have internet access on the go.
right, cool. So we were just on the phone. I'm reading chats. What's that
You
saying?
shouldn't be reading
I should-
chats.
Okay.
When you showed the graph earlier of Bigfoot sightings or heard how many of them have been in the past 5 years or in the past year, that would be the best place to go.
Yeah. Okay. Raptor says that. Yeah, absolutely. Keep them fresh. Actually, we have one it's kind of funny. We had one that last time we were here, which is about, so it makes it 2 years old.
We were here in the winter of 21, like the crossover from 2020 to 21, early 21. So
Yeah.
it's been like 2.5 years.
Okay, so we had one,
Or 1.5 years. What
Yeah,
is
we
that?
had a-
2.5 years.
we had a really fresh one last time we were here, and hopefully this will happen again. But we were actually, when we were camping at Lake Tawakoni, we had went out for the day, and we came back, and somebody had wrote a note and stuck it in on our trailer door
from Nacogdoches.
And it was a recent Bigfoot report, and we actually passed that one on to Joe because we were leaving. But so we get those all the time. So when we get somewhere like next week, we'll probably get a bunch of reports from people in the area. They'll come see our truck. They'll come up and tell us reports, and that's where we get the fresh reports that way. Of course, we get some that say, "Hey, 25 years ago, this happened to me," which is fine
That's
too.
always fun.
That's always fun. But so we'll get some reports then. Hopefully, when people say, "Well, I heard this over my property," and I'm going to go, "Okay, can we go on your property?"
Yep.
And check it out.
So Donna wants to know if the Colorado train sighting was proven to be false, a fake. And did we hear about this? We heard about that before anyone else did. We were
Actually, the guy who
took the
video actually sent it to us. He sent it to several people, several Bigfoot groups. I'm pretty sure, but he actually he messaged it to me on the phone. I looked at it. I asked him to send me the original via email because we get a clearer copy that way. He sent it to me, and
you can go to our show from 2 weeks ago and hear all about it.
yeah, we did a show 2 weeks ago about it, and yeah, it is fake. It's a Wookiee costume. It is definitely a Wookiee costume.
Yes, Renee, it is all the buzz right now because, Anyway, Garrett wants to know, what is the Falk monster?
All right. Okay, Garrett, look up a movie called The Legend of Boggy Creek. And this movie is awesome. I watch it about once a week just because it was done in, what is it, 57, I think, early 50s, late 50s, early 60s. And what it was, the Falk monster in the little tiny town, meant there's like 100
14 people.
Yeah, there's not many people live there at all. In this little town of Falk, Arkansas, it's on the Sulphur River, and Boggy Creek is a contributory to the Sulphur River bottoms, it's called. So little dinky town. Some of the people in the town that lived out around town by the Sulphur River bottoms kept having this 8-foot tall creature attacking their houses.
Squatch Talk corrected you. It was the 70s.
Was it? Okay.
Think about their hair.
I tried.
Think about the girls' hair. They were like hippie girls.
Was it the 70s?
Yes.
Okay. All right. For some reason in my brain, I thought it was before. Oh, my. Okay.
In the 70s, in that area, they still did not have telephones and things like that.
Right. So anyways, the creature was harassing people in their houses at night. They found
they're all correcting you.
Yeah, they found the footprints around the area. 3-toed tracks, by the way. And so there was a whole big ruckus about the Falk monster, they called him. And that's something about the South here I want to reiterate. So up north in Oregon, you got Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Sasquatch is like pretty much the Canadian name or the native name for Bigfoot, one of the native names, but the most popular one. and then Bigfoot because of Jerry Crew in a newspaper article in California.
Named him that.
That was 50s.
That
That's where my brain was. Okay, so
he's Squatch Talk. He's got so much Bigfoot on the brain he can't keep it straight.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah. So,
Lockbeard, you're totally right.
but down here in the south, pretty much the monsters gets named, or the Bigfoot gets named after pretty much the area it's in.
Like the cattle critter or the Sabine thing or the Falk monster. Stuff like that.
The woolly booger.
Yeah. So Garrett continues to ask, that he imagines the wooded area of East Texas would be great hiding places. Where does Squatch usually live? Basically, where there are bears, you're going to find Bigfoot.
About the same habitat.
So yeah, desert, not so much.
But we do have, well, we just recently did a Bigfoot investigation in New Mexico, believe it or not. And
they have forests there. They're just different.
Well, some of them, I couldn't tell the difference between Oregon forest and New Mexico forest.
Like northeastern Oregon forest. Yeah.
Yeah. They have a lot of really cool forested area.
It's just the forest becomes the desert, like
that. Yeah. You drive up a mountain, you're in the forest. Yeah, Don Fuller says booger.
Yeah, the woolly booger.
Woolly booger. Yep, that's another name down here, down south. That's more in the Louisiana area.
Mm-hmm. So, let's talk about 2024.
What about it?
You were going to talk about 2024. What our plans are.
Oh, that's coming up.
Oh.
Yep. All right. So let's see. I'm going to check and make sure we didn't miss any.
Or wood booger.
Wood booger.
Is it woolly? Is it wool or wood? Or
well, there's both. There's the wood booger too.
Wood booger and woolly booger.
So we're back on it. So we have okay, who's that keeps saying, why are you squatching? Well, we're squatching now. We're back at it.
We're trying.
We're trying.
The other thing is, you know what? Can I just say this?
What?
I got jobs. 2 of them.
Yeah.
So gotta work.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, if anyone thinks we do
Garrett,
that, yeah.
It's Boggy Creek.
Yeah.
Bogggy.
Let me tell you, hey, the legend of Boggy Creek is what you want to look for.
Yes, and here's something that a little known fact: the Legend of Boggy Creek movie was the first docudrama ever made. Nobody had ever come up with the idea of interviewing people and recreating what they saw on video to make it a documentary, but not filming the original thing that happened, but recreating it, hence making it a docudrama and dramatizing what happened. And another cool thing about that is they used local people. They used a lot of times they used the people that actually had the experience to recreate the experience. They didn't have a big budget with actors and stuff like that. So
if they had cell phones, they would have made it on their cell phones.
Right. So our in fact, our friend Keith Crabtree, the guy we went squatching with a couple of years ago in Falk, he was the guy. He's 6'8".
Big dude.
He's a big dude. So he was actually the guy they put in the Bigfoot costume to stand out in the woods when they were filming. So he was actually in the film.
Here's another little known fact about the Legend of Boggy Creek. In the 80s, they made a sequel.
Don't watch that.
That sequel will traumatize you more than the than the Falk monster traumatized anyone the first time around.
Right. The Boggy Creek movie was frightening for a reason, because it was a true story. The sequel they made sucked so bad it'll traumatize you forever watching a Bigfoot movie ever again. It sucked so bad, it was horrible.
Yeah, it is just terrible. Anyway, so now don't read that. They're talking with each other. Just
okay.
Keep going. They're blah blah blah. We've lost them. We lost them all.
We lost them all. So we're going to talk about what we got coming up. So we're starting to book up our shows that we're doing, that we're speaking at the Bigfoot festivals next year. In February, we're going to be at the February 2nd to the 4th. We'll be at the Eugene Boat and Sportsman Show again, third year in a row. And then February 9th and 11th, the Sportsman and Outdoor Show in Roseburg, Oregon.
Slow down. You're tripping on your tongue, man.
In Roseburg, Oregon. February 23rd to 25th, the Sportsman and Outdoor Show in Medford, Oregon. March 1st to 3rd, we'll be at the NorCal Boat and Sportsman and RV Show in Anderson, California. And then we're going to go to Klamath Falls, which, for another one, the Sports and Outdoor Show. Now, these Sportsman and Outdoor Shows, I want to. How come it didn't change? Oh, because we're not doing that. Okay. I just want to say on the Sportsman and Outdoor Shows, they're
sports and outdoor shows.
Yeah,
guns and things,
and hunting stuff
and camping stuff and boats.
Yeah, and outdoor stuff. And they have a lot of guest speakers who speak. They have like these professional
guides,
hunting guides and fishing guides. And they have fishing demonstrations. They actually have this big, huge freaking fish tank they pull around where you can stand up and fish in it. And they do demos with lures and things like that.
And last year they had the birds. They had an exotic bird show, and they had one where you could go in and the little parakeets would just swarm on you.
Yeah.
They gave you a little seed cup, and you could go in and feed the parakeets.
So anyway, and then we actually we do a Bigfoot presentation there. And believe it or not, we get a ton of reports from hunters. In fact, one of those really famous Bigfoot or outdoor guide hunter dudes told me a Bigfoot story, but he won't let me tell you who he is or film it or anything because he doesn't want to get out that he saw Bigfoot. So anyway.
And then after that, at this point, we have like a little bit of a reprieve, thank goodness. And then in May, I think that's Memorial Day weekend, we will be at the Forks Sasquatch Days.
In Forks, Washington, in case you don't know what's famous about Forks, is that's where they filmed.
No, that's where they placed.
They placed, was it?
Twilight.
Twilight. So they might have vampires there. I don't know.
Yeah, and then in June, we will be again at the Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. And then June 22nd and 23rd, you will want to hightail it back. Garrett, you and Alexi can come back to Baker for the 3rd annual Baker City Blue Mountain Bigfoot Festival. And then in July is the Glide Bigfoot Festival, our 2nd year back. We were just started working out those details today. Then we're going to hightail it to Maine as quick as we can for Courtney's wedding.
So we're going to talk about Maine. So I know we got a couple Mainers in the group here.
Dale, Denise, Scott Dunbar, if you're on.
Scott Dunbar, if you're on. I didn't see him. But so I'm going to get with you guys. So when we get back there, we're going to try to work out some scheduling time. And we would like to put together like either a town hall meeting or a mini Bigfoot, one-day Bigfoot Fest somewhere around that area.
Yeah, maybe we could, I don't know. Anyway, so and then after that, we got to hightail it back from Maine, which I'm not overly happy about, but it is what it is, because when we were in Albuquerque, we met a wonderful couple who have
Albuquerque.
No, Alamogordo.
Alamogordo.
Had to go through all the New Mexico towns. When we were in Alamogordo, we were introduced to a couple who are opening New Mexico's very first Bigfoot museum, and their outfit is fantastic. We are helping them organize the very first Cloudcroft Bigfoot Festival. Cloudcroft is a town that's in the mountains above Alamogordo, and it's going to be fantastic. So we have to leave Maine pretty quick to get back to Cloudcroft.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start all the heck. But that puts us closer to the south for winter of 2024.
Mm-hmm. And we might go find us a Bigfoot in Florida.
We keep saying that.
Yeah. Or skunk ape in Florida, as they say. Or go visit some of our friends in the south.
We need to talk to Angel and Dean.
Yeah, we do.
There's an idea. So
we can do that. And we need to stop in Vermont, Don.
Yeah.
And Donna.
Yes. Oh. Oh, we could do,
we could
we could do it at her place
we could do it on the way back or on the way there, either
or
way.
something, because that's not far.
So we could do a thing in Maine and do a thing in Vermont.
Or we could do the thing in Maine and Vermont, just to have a whole New England thingy.
Yep.
Squatch talk. What?
What?
The dog just freaked out. What is your important question? Please keep it family friendly. Not that I think you wouldn't, but I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Because you asked it in all caps. I'm wondering,
Okay. Yes, you can ask an important question.
We'll sit here and wait for your question.
Okay. So you just give Hannah
emotional damage.
You have no idea. Actually,
Donna said yes.
Guess
Okay.
who's been giving me emotional damage this week?
What evidence is Bigfoot there?
What evidence of Bigfoot is there?
Oh, is there?
All of it?
Oh gosh.
Footprints, hair samples, DNA, eyeball to eyeball.
There's
sightings.
130. Okay, so there's 137 sets of DNA that don't match anything on the planet that match each other. There is, I think, 90 some odd sets of hair that we have now. Speaking of which, there's this Friday on Footprint Friday where we post our research videos. You can go back and watch those. But this Friday, we had so much action. I was going to do it in 2 videos. I didn't want it's going to be a little bit longer than usual, but this Friday you want to drop, you see what we found there. We got, so like I said, there's footprints. There's the Patterson-Gimlin film, which has been authenticated 100 million times. There's also the Freeman film. And
here's the thing, my friend. What we have discovered over the years is that no matter how much evidence there is,
it's never good enough.
It's never good enough. And ultimately, people decide ahead of time. Generally, if you have decided ahead of time what you believe, then that's what you're going to believe. If you have decided ahead of time that there's no way you're going to be swayed that Bigfoot exists, then it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like other things. We believe that this is going to protect us from this. Whether or not it doesn't change anyone's mind.
Right.
We believe that the government is out for our benefit. They will never change your mind.
Yep.
So, you do you, boo. We don't try to convince people well, I don't try to convince people. He tries really hard to convince people. I've learned that people generally don't want to be convinced. They've got to come to it for themselves.
Yeah.
You could get rid of that.
I was looking for something.
I don't know what you're looking for, but you're losing them.
What the heck? Don't do that.
Well, you bored me to death.
I know. Well, you were supposed to talk longer.
I don't know what are you doing anyway. So, can I tell y'all who's been giving me emotional damage this week?
Yeah.
I'll be throwing you under the bus.
Yeah.
So when our truck broke down, I do want to address this. When our truck broke down, Mr. Man here put up a really, really distressed video. And it gets really, here's what gets really frustrating for us. And sometimes it does come across really negative, because in the moment it was really negative. We work our tails off. And like so many more people in the world, in the nation, no matter how hard we work, we can't quite get ahead of the financial curve. And honestly, it's really frustrating when everything's going well, people are really supportive. And when things don't go well and we express frustration, that's when all the haters come out.
Uh-huh.
And so, we had some haters come out on the video and say, well, get a job. Well, guess what? I have 2 of them.
And I have 2 of them.
And I tell you what, his, you know what? This guy keeps us going forward. And video editing takes a long time. I have 2 remote positions that bring dollars into the house, but how many of you are making enough money to get ahead these days? So when people say get a job, it really, really, first of all, you don't know us, and second of all, who are you to judge? Because you don't know. Yeah, it's like, so that's kind of where we were for a week, and we had a lot of serious discussions. Do we even keep moving forward with this? So as of right now, the plan is yes. So anyway, and
so we are going to be working hard, and please share these videos. The more views we get, the more money we get. And I want to tell you, we're not getting rich on YouTube.
No.
I make roughly $30 a month on YouTube. To be honest with you, that's how much we make. So we make way more. If you want to support us on Patreon, that's awesome. But like I said, most of the money that we use from YouTube and Patreon goes to the Fallen Outdoors, which
so that we can take vets out.
So there's that. And here's one thing of evidence that whether you can believe it or not,
so that's up to you.
These are the 2 Bigfoot that I saw with my own eyes. I took this picture directly with my camera. They were 200 feet away, so we got the blurry Bigfoot photos, but there's an adult and a juvenile standing in the trees looking at me. I don't need evidence anymore because I saw these with my own 2 eyes. So there's that.
All right. So anyway, yes, Donna, haters will always hate and keep going. The challenge is, how do you keep going when you've drained every dime in your bank account and have to call your mother and say, can you help us? That's what kind of kicked our tails, was the fact that
So, and Scott Goble said, Squatch talk, come to Oregon and we'll show you some evidence. Trust me, look at this video coming up. It's me and Scott Goble out in the woods in probably one of the Bigfoot hottest spots I've ever been in my life.
Donald Fuller says, Patreon doesn't work for me. The quality is terrible. Have you considered YouTube membership? Yes, you can join Hannah's Coffee Club on YouTube. $1.99 a month. Do you know what? Honestly, if all 2,500 subscribers would join at $1.99 a month, I might be able to quit one of my jobs. I hope Z's not on. So yeah, you can do that right now, Donald. Just click join the coffee club. In fact, when you see all the names in green, those are people who belong to the coffee club. I would rather have us just have one platform too. So
there's that.
So everyone, go to the page and click join Hannah's Coffee Club. That is less than an Americano every day. 1 month is less than 1 Americano.
Yep.
So put that up. Put his comment up there. We have YouTube membership available to you. By the way, sir, you have a glorious beard. I'm in love with glorious beards.
All right. So did I see?
So are we losing faith in what? Go down. Where are you?
What?
Stop. What? Okay. What's the hottest area in? Well, first of all, Squatch Talk says it's not good enough because it's actually not evidence. I swim these water, man. It's not evidence. Well, you know what? Knock yourself out, buddy.
What's not evidence?
Yeah. So
my question.
If you're waiting for a body on a table, the Smithsonian will never let that happen.
Yeah. But here's something very interesting. Do you think that dinosaurs exist or existed? Do you know there's only been one Tyrannosaurus Rex complete body found? One.
Body or skeleton?
Skeleton. One. But yet that's enough evidence for the existence of 1 million of them. There's only been in recent years, I mean, there's people who have eyewitness sightings who say that Wolverines exist. I have
Oh,
never seen a Wolverine in my life.
we have a new member.
Okay, so
Find the thing.
but people say they exist. And thank you for your membership.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah, thank you, Don. It was let's see, it was just last year was the first time they had ever caught a Wolverine on a trail camera in Oregon.
I'm looking for you, Raptor. Raptor wants us to scroll back. Oh, this question. How many Bigfoot sightings in this area have been updated in the past year?
In what area?
I'm assuming where we are or where we're headed.
Okay. Where we are headed for the next 14 days isn't really a big hot spot. And
No, that's because there's, yeah.
So here's a heads up for all you folks out there. There is an app on your phone called the Bigfoot.
Or that you can get from your app store.
Called the.
It's called the Bigfoot Map. Look up Bigfoot Map in your app store,
Yeah.
and it's really cheap. It's like $1.99 or $2.49
the
or
Bigfoot
something.
mapping project. So it'll show you where you're at and all the Bigfoot in the area. But they got a new feature on it now that you can actually go by dates. You can say, I want to look at the Bigfoot reports in my area from the last 2 years, basically, and then they'll show you that.
Dale had a question.
Okay, Dale.
Dale's question: when you said Bigfoot or where bears are, did you see the bear print we posted up in the area we went hunting?
Yes. Awesome.
Okay, Ben asks.
Ben.
What is the hottest area for Sasquatch reports in Oregon? Oregon.
In Oregon.
Oregon.
What are the best?
Where's the hottest areas?
The hottest areas, I would say right now for Bigfoot reports
in
would
Oregon.
Be is it Central or Southern Cascades?
So down by Medford?
Yeah, kind of down by Medford. I would say Crater Lake, and you'll see evidence of that on Friday.
So just wait.
The Oak Ridge area, that's always a hot spot. Detroit, north of Detroit Lake is
Bigfoot
always
911, man.
Yeah, we get reports from there all the time. That's probably the hottest spots there. And by the way, I don't know how close you are to Oak Ridge.
Ben, we got a report out of Oak Ridge.
We got a Ben. I don't know if you're late. We got a report out of.
I'm not reading it again. Just give us a holler if you're interested.
If you're interested, you want to go do a follow-up for me and go interview somebody and see if they'll talk to you.
Are you done talking yet?
Yep.
Because Don on Facebook says there have been footprints found by Marble Creek. Go figure.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where you had your sighting.
That's where I had my sighting.
And it's been a few years, so it's about time.
Oh, wait. How long ago was it?
2018.
Uh-huh. Okay, here's a weird thing. This is a weird thing, folks. I've been doing this for a long time. Roughly 25 some odd freaking years. But in all those years, when we get reports and stuff, I've been putting pins in maps, and there's this weird trend that I've just started to pick up on in the last 3 or 4 years. If there's Bigfoot sightings and you go on a map and you look up the Bigfoot sightings, they seem to cycle in for some reason
4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years. So if there's a bunch of Bigfoot sightings in an area and then you go back there 4 to 5 years, there's more Bigfoot sightings 4 or 5 years.
So
I wonder if these things have some kind of weird.
Well, the Native Americans did.
Yeah.
All right. So, question. I want to keep moving because I'm expecting a phone call in like 6 minutes. So Danny asks, do Bigfoot tend to come down in elevation as winter nears? We've talked about this before.
Yeah, what they do is they pretty much follow the food. So if the deer population moves down the mountain, so do they.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can do. Oh, Don says you can do higher. So Don says you can do higher levels of like membership. here's the thing, and maybe you guys could help us figure this out. This has been our struggle on Patreon. This has been our struggle everywhere. Is like, with more levels, you want more value added content. We give everything away here. So, what can we do for adding value to higher levels? Donna, put Donna's thing. I understand that it's hard to believe in Bigfoot's existence, but there are so many that have had an experience and they know they exist. Trust me, they are out there. Yeah.
Yeah. There is more eyewitnesses of Bigfoot than you can possibly imagine. People see these things all the time. It's just nobody believes them. Because how could this possibly be,
How could aliens possibly be? I'm pretty much convinced
so
about that
here's
too.
another thing too. Look up how many animals are discovered every year. There's a 5-foot tall chimpanzee that's in the Congo called the bonobo ape, or the billy ape they call him. Natives had been telling researchers that those things existed since the 1800s, and nobody believed them because nobody ever saw one until 2002.
No, that's not true.
What?
White folks from the West didn't see them until 2002. The natives always knew.
Yeah.
I want to keep moving here. Raptor says that he believes that Bigfoot exists, but they're all out west. He doesn't buy it back east.
Oh, they're back east. Trust me.
Yeah. So Juno says that in my town they rummage in trash can in northern New Mexico. Is that where we were? I don't even know. Yeah, they rummage in the trash cans in winter.
Yep, that's not
uncommon.
Not uncommon. In fact, we get lots of reports.
Yeah, Don says we should hold back some stuff and do membership only videos. I think what keeps us from doing that is if we do membership only videos, then like 4 of you will see them.
Yeah. But that's fine.
I mean,
we can do that.
But the big channels that do that, they've got so many members that they can hold stuff back because they're not having to grow their channel anymore. So let's get our channel big, and then we can start being exclusive.
And we also we're going to start trying to do some as we travel. The thing is it's hard to get everywhere, but as we travel, we were hoping to have meetups with you guys, with the people who are on our Patreon, who are these guys. Actually, let's go have coffee, kind of thing with you guys. So, but the thing is, we don't know where everybody's at. That's another thing.
Yeah.
So
you can always go to our website and send us a message.
That's why we say we're going to be here from here to here, and then in fact, go to our website, make sure you're on our email thing, and we can start sending out emails saying we'll want to do a local meetup at blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Raptor says, I wish you guys would come on one night for Q&A about Bigfoot. We don't know what they actually eat, so we can't say it's deer and elk. So you want us to talk about what Bigfoot eats? I'm not quite sure I understand what you want us to do.
We don't know what they actually eat, so we can't say it's deer and elk. How about I've actually seen them kill a deer?
And we've gotten reports
How
of
about people who has actually seen them kill deer? I've actually found Bigfoot deer kills.
Yeah.
Because cougars don't stack 3 deer in a tree with broken necks and no bite marks.
And by the way, when you go to our website, I like Renee. Yes. When you go to our website, we're one of the only Bigfooters that puts our phone number out there. It's on our website.
Yeah.
You can call us.
Yes. You can text me directly.
Or text us. Hey, this is Raptor from blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Scott says that we assume they eat the
same as bears. They're omnivores just like us.
Yeah. And because of the teeth and the jaw structure. So it is now 8 o'clock.
Because anthropology, because that's where I'm coming at this from, by the way. For those of you who are new, don't know that I am actually an anthropologist. I went to school and everything. SKOOL. I went to anthropology school.
Okay, and now we've got to say goodnight.
We love you guys. We will. No, I was going to say we'll be less
We, you know,
next week,
we
but
are
it's
all
not
lucky
going to
that
happen.
we. Yeah.
But so next week, what was her suggestion for next week? Do a
Top 10 Bigfoot books.
okay. We can do the top 10 Bigfoot books, and we'll do a full. We've done full on Bigfoot Q&As, so look for that in the next couple weeks.
Invite your friends.
Invite your friends, and we'll do that, and we'll do a live call-in show because you can actually call in and ask your questions
on the
too.
telephone.
On the
You don't
telephone.
have to be on the camera.
Yep.
And don't be shy when you do that.
Okay, so
All
we'll do
right.
that. So we love you all.
Good to see you too, Garrett. Been a long time.
Yeah, stay. Keep it squashy out there, as they say.
And so remember, our job is to
To-
investigate the unexplained.
Not to explain the uninvestigated.
So until we see you next week, like, subscribe, smash the button, share with your friends, and you keep watching. And
We'll keep squatching and go out and find Bigfoot.